What is going on, guys? It is Ahmed, and I am back today with yet another opportunity for all of you guys. And thank you so much for tuning in as always. Happy Saturday. I hope you're all having a fantastic weekend. It's going to be a long weekend, actually. So, no trading on Monday this week because of President's Day. So, we'll be resuming our trading on Tuesday. But because of that, take the time to kind of reflect. Look how your week went. Look how the month went. Look how the year is going so far. Take this additional day off to kind of make sure all your priorities are straight, all your trades are straight, because you want to make sure moving forward. If there's some mistakes that happened, don't get upset. Again, I understand the whole short squeeze and everything that happened at the beginning of the year. Kind of might have threw off some of your portfolios, but understand that opportunities are yet to come. They're presenting themselves one by one. And I think today here I have a banger for everybody. So please remember, my channel is not for financial advice, rather for educational purposes only. So before I dive into the video, we're talking about CPUH because people like to know the ticker early on. But I do want to kind of touch on the Patreon, guys. We have been growing so quick with the Patreon. It's day 4 right now that we've been live. We have 31 members on the Patreon, guys. So please feel free to join us if you haven't already. Again, it's just additional support for the channel. It really does mean a lot to me as a content creator when I have people on board. But not only that, the other thing I kind of want to mention is that I want to start having weekly calls with my Patreon members to kind of set them apart a little differently than the rest. Because again, I do have a free Discord open to the public because I developed that as a community for everyone to talk about all things stocks, all things financials. Again, in the Discord are people who are financial professionals who've been trading for years and years and years, and others who are just getting started. So if you're in either of those boats or somewhere in the middle, please go ahead and join us. But I want to give a quick shout out to our new Patreons between last recording and this one: Viking, Shalani, Steven, Haval, Joe, Rakesh, Israel, and Kareem. I thank each and every one of you for joining me on this journey, guys. And let's just keep it going. We're seeing an uptrend on the channel, and also we're seeing that with our stock picks. So let's keep this momentum going and let's not slow down. So today, the company I'll be talking about specifically is CPUHU. They are actually a SPAC, but it's still in the stock market. You buy it via, in the brokerages. It's available on TD Ameritrade and Webull. But again, Intel chairman gets Medtronic backing for a $750 million SPAC IPO. Guys, this went public on Monday, February 8th. It was announced Friday, the previous Friday, on the 5th. But again, the thing that excites me about this is we don't know who they're merging with. We don't know anything about the SPAC other than this man right here is leading them. That is Omar Ishrak. If you don't know anything about Omar Ishrak, just know one thing. He led this company right here for 9 years, Medtronic. He was the face, the knight in shining armor of Medtronic for 9 years. He was the CEO, and he took over from January 2011 till pretty much 2020. So he too was there for about 9 years. So if we look through, he helped the company not only double but triple. And again, of course, this is not a one-person effort. It's a whole company, so I know they have an entire team behind them. But he was the face of the company for 9 years, just like Bezos and Amazon, right? We always have to remember, we need to appreciate the fact that there are leaders amongst the bunch, and that's what we call them, chief executive officers. So guys, he helped this company go from about a $50 billion market cap to where it is pretty much today at $161 billion. So again, the fact that he did that, and now he's currently the chairman of Intel. And if you don't know anything about Intel, I'm just going to pull up the chart here. Intel stock price. If you look at Intel, it's a $251 billion company. Again, all these companies are wonderful. Medtronic, medical devices, healthcare sector. Intel, we already know, is, again, just a huge technology behemoth. It is in the Fortune 500. Again, it's California based. We know all about it. And he's currently still a chairman of Intel. So Omar is the reason we are buying into this company. And that's why I'm deciding that I'm going to be buying first thing on Tuesday when the market opens after the long weekend. But again, the things I want you guys to look at is the special purpose acquisition company plans to sell 75 million units at $10 a piece. And remember, $10 a piece is where all SPACs start their IPOs before they even merge with a company that will then go public, which will also cause potential price action in the near future. So again, keeping this in mind, what sector are they penetrating? What are they looking for? So increasing computing power and the rise of artificial intelligence will help improve medical treatment, leading to a period of industry disruption that's just starting, according to Compute Health, aka Omar Ishrak. So understand, guys, that Omar Ishrak, this guy right here, he's the reason we're buying into the company. The fact that they have their back behind them, and again, Medtronic themselves, so the company that he was a CEO of previously, they're buying into. They they expressed interest in buying 1.5 million units in the offering. 1.5 million units of the 75. So again, sure, that's not a huge significant amount, but again, they still want in on it because they said, we know Omar, we know what he's done. So 1.5 million of the 75, that's still about, a 2% interest in the company, which is pretty substantial if you ask me. So again, this is the man that we're investing into, and I want to show you guys, again, you can look at the SEC filing. I looked through it, just like a normal blank check company. You'll see everything that resembles any others, but the price action is the other thing I want everyone to understand. So CPUH is a ticker symbol, Compute Health Acquisition Corp. They're at $10.82 a share as of market close yesterday. So Tuesday, I'm sure it's going to open up somewhere around there. And what am I going to do? So when I talk about stocks on my channel, I always talk about reducing your risk and making sure you look at your own risk tolerance. And risk reduction is always something we want to try to do with any of our stock picks. Now for Compute Health, guys, this company right here is pretty much at its bottom, which really excites me. Extremely undervalued, extremely low risk, but very high reward. So say you buy 100 shares of Compute Health for $1,000, $1,082. If the SPAC merger ends up not going through and the company does not merge with anyone in the next year or two, then it's just going to go back. Everyone that's bought into the SPAC gets $10 returned to their pocket from their brokerage, and that's it. So for every 100 shares you have, your risk is what? $82 for every 100 shares at the current price. So that's why I'm very comfortable buying into SPACs, because again, it's a vehicle to keep my money in, even if they're not merging or there's no news around it. It's just a place to park my money until, say I do want to get out of it, so I could sell the shares of my SPAC pick and put that money into a different stock if there's no news around it. But if news does come about, I already got in before the hype or the news is announced, and therefore, we'll see what happens. So rumors will come about with this SPAC that's going to cause, the stock price to continuously go up, in my opinion. And so again, depending on the company they choose, but the sector that they're looking for is very disruptive, and it excites me for the near future. Healthcare, artificial intelligence, and computing power. Three things that are, together make a powerful beast for the, short-term and long-term future, for the next couple years, couple months even, to the next decades to come. So that's why I wanted to get this one on your guys' radar, because again, I truly think, there's all these different articles you can read about it on Business Wire. And guys, this is, I don't know, I'm literally sweating by how excited I am about this company. So again, look into the man himself. Goldman Sachs is the sole book running manager for the deal. So we know all about Goldman Sachs, one of the biggest firms here in the United States and / hedge funds. But again, please keep Compute Health Acquisition Corp on your radar for next week, because guys, this one is exciting. So how are we going to play it? How do I always play my SPAC plays? First thing you do is you buy in before there's any merger news, based off solely the management of the actual SPAC. So Ishraq checks off that box for me times 1,000. So for me, this guy is going to pick a company that I truly think is going to be one that's going to do well, not only in the near future, but the long-term future. So it's a long-term hold. We'll buy into it. And then if you want to make money on a SPAC, a quick money grab, if you will, is that catalyst will come about before the merger date is set. So letter of intents will be made, right? And then definitive agreements with companies that they're interested in, the company that they decide to sign with, as long as it's a solid company. And, based off this guy's history, I think it is going to be a solid company. What's going to happen is the price action is going to increase. And this is what always happens with SPACs. We know what happened with the EV plays in the summer. Lots of EV companies went public via SPAC mergers. The SPAC price continuously rises. We've seen anywhere from, starting at the $10 range to $20, $30, $40, $50, $60, $70. And as soon as the SPAC merges with the company, oftentimes people take their profits, literally maybe the day before or the day of the merger, and then it cools off quite a bit, which allows us to re-enter into it at a lower price point. So what am I doing with this one here? Personally, I think if you're someone that's looking, again, not for the longest term hold, but just for, the typical life cycle of a SPAC, go ahead and, if you're interested, buy in now. It's not a bad time to do so because your risk is so low. Sell when the merger is announced and, we have a merger date set, because then by then I'm assuming we'll see $30, potentially 40, 3, 4x in price. And then you could buy back in after it cools down and then hold long term. So then you can at least have some profits that you made on the way. Otherwise, for me, I'm gonna buy this one, keep it in a separate portfolio where I keep my long-term growth stocks, and not even remember or think about it throughout the day. I won't lose sleep over it at all because I know volatility might be there on the way, here and there, just a little bit, 5-10% volatility is what I'm expecting with like any other SPAC play, but then it's gonna just kind of cool off over time, and then it's gonna just continue to hopefully do well, just like we see with the charts with Medtronic and companies alike in the healthcare sector. But again, this one is including artificial intelligence, which is just mind-blowing to me. So I'm super, super excited about this one, guys. So please keep this one on your radar. I can't stress it enough. Go do your own research, do your own due diligence about Omar Ishrak. You could just literally just Google his name. If you look up Omar Ishrak, I'm doing this all real time, but why not? So you could see, again, this guy, he's an American businessman since January 2020. He's been a chairman of and the board of Intel, past CEO 2011 to 2020, as I mentioned, of Medtronic. The man is, nothing short of fantastic. He has a LinkedIn page, so connect with him if you want. Why not? If it's one that you can just connect with and learn more about him, he's a pretty successful businessman. He knows what he's doing, and he impresses me. So look into him. Look at his, you can look into more of his personal life, because that's what we're investing into. This man right here on the screen. That is the man I'm putting my money into and my faith, because I think he's going to do well. But we'll see what happens over time. So please do your own research, do your own due diligence. And until next time, guys, we'll see you hopefully on Tuesday with another video, and after the market opens. But I'll still probably upload on the days off, because I just like uploading every day. Join me on the Discord. Go ahead and use the Webull link below if you want 4 free stocks when you deposit $100. And until next time, everybody, keep investing.